Morning, we continue our series, Coffee with the Candidates, to help you get to know the candidates running for office in the upcoming elections on a little bit of a personal level. Joining us this morning is moderate candidate for Attorney General. Chris Little is in the house this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me here.
It really is a great segment for our viewers because a lot of them don't get to necessarily see you one-on-one and have a couple of minutes to kind of hear what you're all about. But first of all, let's ask sort of the basic question about why you decided to put your face into the race this year.
Well, thank you. I think very few people really understand how important this job is.
Yeah.
They usually just think of the Attorney General out prosecuting criminals and running for governor. Mm-hmm. And there's a little more to it than that. Certainly you've got to prosecute the street crime, but the Attorney General can do an awful lot really to help us with respect to health care, cost of health insurance, Medicaid, utility costs, environmental advocacy. These are things that really matter to the quality of life in Rhode Island. I
actually noticed, I was talking to you before we had the camera rolling here about your huge billboard and some of your radio spots. I was listening to one of your ads where you were talking, well, not you specifically, but the woman who is voicing the ad saying, we don't need another Democrat to take this position. You want a system of checks and balances for the seat of Attorney General. Explain to me what that means, what you were trying to get across with that ad.
Well, we've had a problem in the last 8 years. We've had a problem that the Attorney General's office has just been too connected. And it's been so connected to really political insiders that I think it's been very difficult for it to do its job. And there's certainly been a lack of confidence. I think the Attorney General ought to be a professional lawyer for the citizens of the state.
All right, let's say you win, okay? Come November 2nd, you're announced the winner. What do you think is going to be maybe the first one or two things you'd want to tackle or handle as Attorney General?
Well, I think one of the first things I'm going to do is, from a business perspective, is do some real audits and understand how we can use these resources more effectively. Often they say we don't have enough resources to do the job. They got plenty of resources in this department. They just need to be able to understand how to use them more effectively.
All right, real quickly before we wrap up, you're a member of the Moderate Party, and for those of us in Rhode Island who may not know a lot about it, tell me exactly what does it mean to be a moderate in Rhode Island?
Well, I like the Moderate Party focus on really core issues of economy, education, ethics, and environment. And I think that's part of the reason I'm running as the AG is because a lot of the issues of the AG really are important to Rhode Island's economy, like health care and utilities. And I also like the fact that it's new and has very few entanglements, so I can be independent in doing my job.
All right, well, Chris Little, you got less than 3 weeks to go here, so we certainly wish you luck. Thank you for joining us this morning. And to learn more about Chris Little's take on political issues, all you have to do is head to foxprovidence.com.
All right, thanks, Danielle.